You don't say to mama, you don't read, oh. Says the tracking angel. You don't boast to mama, you don't cut. Now chain you the cut. Okay, now make I use my microscope, scan a reality scan, nigga area biafra phobia mentality. See, set Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free. One war. They don't want to hear the name of Biafra. For them is a scary name of Biafra. I love this very name of Biafra. Biafra, most I judge a bless Biafra, Chukwu Kika Biama bless Biafra, conscientiousness bless Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Started in 1804 by Utman Danfodio, Rinom go be to Sokoto, Sa Amadou Bello, they massacred the Hausa, Marigi and Dura. What about the Shua? Zamfara and Adamawa. Referendum is the voice of everyone. Real freedom. Yahweh must be done on the land. Simon, they don't want to hear the name of Biafra. For them is a scary name of Biafra. I love this very name of Biafra. Biafra. Most I judge bless Biafra. Chukwu Kika Biafra bless Biafra. Conscientiousness bless Biafra. Biafra.
Okay, thank you very much. Please, there's no time. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. Raphael Chiamaka Jere is my name. Let's quickly pray and get into the program.
ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa ma bụ onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-achị, onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-erubere isi, na onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ ọka aka. Ụbọchị ene ka anyị na-etu gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, mmalite na ọgwụgwụ, ndị Igbo wee tụọ gị ebighị ebi, onye nwe m, ụmụ gị wee gbakọọ n'ụwa niile iwe nara ozi ọma nke gị onwe gị n'ezi ha site n'ọnụ mmadụ dị ndụ na nke ebere dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-asị na onwe ihe ọbụla nke anyị onwe anyị bụ n'ihi na ọ bụ anụkwa ahụ sọsọ ka mmadụ dị ndụ bụ. Ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ, maka na okwu nsọ gị na-adịrị ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, n'ihi na okwu gị niile ga-abịarịrị na mmezu. Ọ bịa mere Biafra ga-eji wee bịa na mgbe nke anyị. Anyị wee na-akpọkụ gị wee na-arịọ gị na-asị, lekwa ude nke anyị na-asụ n'akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka o metụta gị n'obi. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt gotu wee wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbe ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị, wee nye gị nsọpụrụ n'ụtụ na-eji ama mgbe niile, n'ihi na anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị nwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nsọmụkwụ anyị niile. Ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile. Anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ. Anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị refe nwe anyị akpụ isi ala nye, ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu. Anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija ma na-asị, lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasị wee baa ha ọnụ, ha wee daa hapụ ikuni ọzọ. Obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala nwekwa n'ihi eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkọ ha nsọ gị, na-asị na enweghị chi ọzọ egwezuga gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị, na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị ebi mara onye bụ ka a na-arịọ gị. Ise ise ise.
Thank you for joining me this afternoon. I bind every demon of distraction in any of my programs in the mighty name of Chukwu Kabiam. I took away the comment, but I thought it is better to block you and send you to hell. It shall never be well with you. CJ Ugu. If I begin my program like this, just know that your life is condemned. Your life, your entire being is condemned. I speak from the voice of Biafra. Your entire being is condemned forever and ever. It can never be well with you. I don't like to begin my program with anger, but I began with anger. Right now, your life is doomed forever. Now, let's quickly go straight to this because we don't have time. My confidence has brewed up. My confidence is energized because I know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must win. Yes, he must win. Why do I say so? I heard Professor Lumumba. I have not heard him really speak openly like this about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and about the case he won for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. And I'm more confident today that I saw this video. I don't know that this video existed before. But before then, I will first of all play this one from Miracle. Who is this? I first of all play this one from. I'm on a live program, please. I first of all play this one from my brother, so that from there we will continue. Okay. So here, what Miracle my Biafran brother had to say here.
Know is without Mazi Nnamdi, what average Igbo man don't know is without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all this nonsense these Fulani herdsmen are doing to other tribes, guy. Even as they see they do small now, they see they do anyhow in the east. But without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all this genocide, all these mass killings now is before they happen pass. Normally, we don't know the value of what you have until you lose it. Without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, without that man, only God know waiting for them before Igbo people in this country. You think they for my care about you? You think Joe Igbo care about you? You think Serocha Sokrocha the reason your matter? Ojis Okalo, Benjamin Kalo. You think say those Oswalds they think about you? All of them are there for the money, for their own pockets. None of their children they school here. None of their children they school in this country. All of them they are abroad. They enjoy life. Just watch what will happen in Igbo land after this judgment. Watch how these Fulani terrorists, watch how this banditry go increase in the east. Just the watch. We got that day. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only man that genuinely care for Igbo people, that genuinely care for this tribe called Igbo. Money I have none, silver or gold I have none, but that which I have I will give, and that is my voice, and I must render my voice. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be free. Freedom for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now.
All right. Now don't worry, my brother Miracle. The truth is that judgment, whether they like it or not, if they make it against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it will still backfire immediately. Me, I know that many Southeasterners, as they call them, many of them will perish. Korokoras will look them like this. Some of them gonna Riano Hanando. Some of them gonna in the family hanya like this, and see how they will be destroyed. All of them. Now another one. Let's quickly go and listen to Patrick Lumumba. Yeah, let's see what this video entails quickly.
This country,
he is actually speaking in Kenya to the Kenyan authorities. Listen to him.
problematic. It is in this country that Nnamdi Kanu was abducted, and I acted for Nnamdi Kanu, and we have gotten a judgment in his favor. The government has been condemned to pay 10 million and taken to Nigeria, and is in prison in Nigeria.
The government of Kenya has been condemned to pay 10 million. So all these things they are doing in Nigeria court is all a brouhaha. This one is on international stage. Kenya court have fined Kenya 10 million of their own currency. Nigeria court also, remember, they have also fined Nigeria 500 million, 1 billion in their own court. And then they are talking about judgment on the 20th. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came out and is now going to the Supreme Court to stop that charade of nonsense. There's no jurisdiction. There's no case. The only thing that the Supreme Court will do is to throw that case out of the window to save their little face that is remaining. Because already the whole world is seeing Nigeria as a useless, disgraced country. A disgraced country. That's what Nigeria has become. So I am so confident that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, sometimes we know we cannot, there's no justice from Nigerian court, but they will be forced for that justice. Out of shame and disgrace, that justice will be served Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whether they like it or not. Please, let me allow you to finish your talk.
Problematic. It is in this country that Nnamdi Kanu was abducted, and I acted for Nnamdi Kanu, and we have gotten a judgment in his favor. The government has been condemned to pay 10 million. And
Nnamdi Kanu was what? Adopted. Who adopted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Nigeria. Adoption. What is it? Okay, it's child's play. It's not a crime, Abi. Adopted by Nigeria from Kenya.
Taken to Nigeria, and is in prison in Nigeria. It is in this country that Kizza Besigye was abducted. It cannot be right. If you look at international law, rendition is something that we should not allow. People should be allowed to exercise their democratic rights, even if we don't agree with them. So you see, there is a crisis. We are signatories to the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. We are signatories to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and all the UN charters. Why do we create an environment where people who don't agree with us become our enemies? It is a competition of ideas, so that what is happening in this region is that fear is being used by those in political leadership as an instrument of paralyzing the population into silence.
Will the population agree to that when you look at it?
All right. We need to get the full interview. I know sometimes we just get these things in bits. Anyway, I couldn't have played a very longer one, but in a bigger and wider program, we'll have time to play the longer interview. We should get it and then play it, and then so that people will understand that, look, there's nowhere Nigeria will swing this pendulum and it will be in their favor. Nowhere. There's nowhere Nigeria will swing this pendulum as far as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case is concerned, and it will be in their favor. God punish Nigeria. Shameless people. Now, listen to what this man was saying also here. Yeah.
Problematic.
Yeah.
It is in this.
But let's listen to what this one is saying about this useless country called Nigeria. See what they are. Kidnappers have turned them. Fulani herdsmen, terrorists everywhere. Shameless people.
What we call the killer herdsmen bandits are the Islamic terrorist way of funding terrorism. Abi how many Fulani kidnappers you don't see we use their ransom buy Range Rover, G-Wagon or G-Benz or build a mansion? No. Then what are they using the ransom for? It is simple. They are using it to buy ammunition to fund jihadist agenda. You can Google the Al-Qaeda of Algeria means of funding terrorism. Kidnapping is one of it. The ISGS of Mali terrorists also use kidnapping as means of funding terrorism. So nobody needs to tell us that Fulani bandits are not connected to terrorism. Is there an agenda to Islamize Nigeria? That's a rhetorical question, because the answer is boldly written on the wall. You can Google it to understand that the agenda of Islamic terrorists is to eradicate Christianity and forcefully Islamize Nigeria. So why are we negotiating with the terrorists who are willing to kill the people they see to glorify a God they never see? Any religious ideology that's in with me is a devil in disguise. Let's break it down. Why is there favorism on religion in our national law? If the northern state deserve to have a Sharia law, it is simple to say a true federalism will give each state a different law. Northern state having a Sharia law without each state having state law, state police to protect themselves from the Islamic bandit called the Fulani herdsmen. That's injustice. We are tired of living in the shadow of blunt and dominance. Sharia law without true federalism and open grace without state police means the Christians in Nigeria are sitting on the gunpowder, and this injustice must stop. Thank you.
Is that not what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is speaking about? Please share this video and let it go wide. Share this and let it go wide. This man is a Yoruba man. And Tinubu, well, I'm just watching. Maybe Tinubu is just trying to make sure they expose their stupidity and their foolishness. And then at the end of the day, he does the right thing. And there's nothing that anybody can do or say about it. That's just the truth. Look at all this shameless one here that called himself Enyi Nwodo. Look at what he was saying here. And these are people that were thinking they could make Nigeria work, even though they knew that all these things were not correct.
So I never saw the draft.
They want to support Nnamdi Kanu or support Biafra cause. This one, some of them, they even threatened and said if they don't do anything, that they will go for Biafra. Where are they today? This one's in Nwodo. Listen to him. I'll close with this one.
49 people selected to write a constitution, wrote a constitution. 40 people in the Supreme Military Council promulgated a constitution for us. Under General Abubakar, government in which I served, I was in Executive Council. I never saw the draft constitution. And I was Minister of Information. It was my responsibility to publicize it to the country. On the day of swearing in of Obasanjo, we didn't have a copy of the constitution. I didn't know who was printing it. And my ministry was supposed to pay for the printing. And Obasanjo was sworn on a constitution that had not been read by anybody. And the National Assembly could not be constituted until 4 days after his swearing in, because there was no clean copy of the constitution. You cannot build on quicksand. And the country cannot live on falsehood.
Zoology.
The owners of the country, as represented by their leaders.
He said a country cannot live on falsehood. So that is the falsehood Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been preaching. That is the falsehood Mazi Simon Ekpa was talking about. And when he was arrested in Finland, all of you were celebrating it on social media. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya, all of you were praying and celebrating. Some of you even supported and gave your private jet. If not that the one that gave his private jet now has rotten in his grave. Shameless people.
On quicksand. And the country cannot live on falsehood. The owners of the country, as represented by their leaders in the social cultural groups that formed a desire to be one country, have to be constituted into the kind of conference that President Jonathan summoned. They have the legal authority to speak on behalf of their various people. that we want to be part of one country on the basis of the following rules. Unless we revisit that abnormality and historical abnormality, we will never have the ground norm. We will never have a constitution that conjures the loyalty of the people. Continuous, endless intellectual analysis can never lead to change. The resolve for a change is discernible from the contributions we've had here. The mechanics and the extent of change can only be evolved in a smaller group. And in that small group, if there is clear representation of all shades of opinion and of all areas of Nigeria, I believe a compromise is possible.
The question, this man now that was talking, where is he now? Where is he? The heat have been too much. They were thinking they could be playing all this game and remain relevant. Even the man, I don't even know where he is now. Maybe he's somewhere in Europe or in America, hiding his face in shame with all the things happening. If not, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still alive. The whole of Southeast would have been taken over by terrorists. Everywhere in Southeast would have been an IDP camp by now. Pathetic, shameless lot. I don't have time. I will close it here until I'm able to come back later in the evening, and then we'll have a better and a broader conversation. They won't.
ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa ma bụ onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye ọbụla ya na-achị, onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-erubere isi, onye ọbụla ya bụ ọka aka. Ụbọchị ene ka anyị na-etu gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, mmalite na ọgwụgwụ. Ndị gboo wee tụọ gị ebighị ebi, onye nwe m, ụmụ gị wee gbakọọ n'ụwa niile iwe nara ozi ọma nke gị onwe gị n'ezi ha site n'ọnụ mmadụ dị ndụ na nke ebere dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-asị na onwe ihe ọbụla nke anyị onwe anyị bụ n'ihi na ọ bụ anụkpa ahụ sọsọ ka mmadụ dị ndụ bụ. Ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ, maka na okwu nsọ gị na-adịgị ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, n'ihi na okwu gị niile ga-abịarịrị na mmezu. Ọ bịa mere Biafra ga-eji wee bịa na mgbe nke anyị. Anyị wee na-akpọkụ gị wee na-arịọ gị na-asị, lekwa ude nke anyị na-asụ n'akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka o metụta gị n'obi. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt gotu egbe wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbe ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị na anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị, wee nye gị nsọpụrụ n'ụtọ na-eji ama mgbe niile, n'ihi na anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị nwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nsọmụkwụ anyị niile. Ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile. Anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ. Anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị refe nwanyị akpụ isi ala nye ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu. Anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija mma, na-asị lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasị wee baa ha ọnụ, ha wee daa hapụghị ikonye ọzọ. Obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala nwekwa n'ihi eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkọ ha nsọ gị, na-asị na enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị, na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onwe onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị ebi mara onye ka a na-arịọ gị ise.